My voice sounds so raspy, but it sounds so cool at the same time. I wish my voice sounded like this all the time. I'm low-key sweating right now. I'm so hot. I busted my lip working out. So I'm breaking out. I don't really know what happened or why it happened to me. I'm just glad it happened after school. 12th of June. What time is it?
It's 11:45 p.m.
And if you can't tell by the title, I am talking about the time I tried to tattoo myself and my mom caught me. She didn't catch me in the act, but she found my items. Before I get into it, I am very thoroughly telling you right now, I am not going to tell you what I used, how I did it, what I watched. This is not a how-to, this is not a what I should use, this is not an informative video. So if that's what you came here for, I'm sorry, that is not what's happening right now. And if you're my age, or you're not supposed to be tattooing yourself, you most likely are probably going to get caught, or your parents or guardian is going to see it. I have not drank coffee in 2 days, so I have notes right here because I needed to thoroughly know, like, I remember everything because it was very traumatizing. In the beginning of my sophomore year, I'm going to be a junior. I'm in summer right now. I also have one earring because this ear was starting to hurt, so I just took out my earring. Sorry, I just had to point that out. So in the beginning of my sophomore year, I was hanging out, like, I had just got to this school, I didn't know anybody, I was just basically hanging out with who I could hang out with and who I was talking to at the time. And the first group I hung out with, the first like 2 weeks or so, they were chill, they were not like bad influences on me. Then I started hanging out with this other group, and this particular person was a very bad influence on me, and we just weren't good for each other. And I had heard these group of people talking about tattooing themselves, and if you don't know the term stick and poke, that is what it's called when you tattoo yourself. So I always had heard of the term stick and poke, but I never really knew what it meant or like what exactly it was. So por metiche, I kept listening and I heard like what you can do and what you can use and etc, etc. And obviously for many reasons, I'm not going to tell you what I used, what contraption I built to try and tattoo myself. For months, from I think September to October, which is only a month, I tried, which is literally the amount of time I hung out. Wow, I'm just realizing this. I tried using this kind of ink, not going to tell you the kind, but it worked, but it kept peeling off of me. And the kind I try to do, first of all, don't, even if you are getting professional tattoos, I've watched so many tattoo videos because I like tattoos. It's like arts. I love tattoos and I'm probably going to get them when I'm older. Not a lot, obviously, but I'm going to get tattoos when I'm older. I already know. Sorry, Mom, Dad. If you are going to get tattoos, don't get them on your fingers right here because they just fall off and like just sort of fade away. Even like professional tattoo artists have said it. So, my first ever tattoo, I decided to try and tattoo a cross right here on both fingers. I tried because it didn't work on this one and it was getting like, it hurt and there was redness and it wasn't a good feeling, not a good idea, but I repeatedly tried to make this tattoo work and it didn't work. So I was having issues with this hand, so I moved to this hand. This is my dominant hand, and this isn't. So trying to tattoo yourself with your non-dominant hand isn't easy, nor is it smart to do, and it didn't work. So I was like, alright, moving to a different part of my body. Then I tried a different part, it didn't work. Then I realized, okay, it's the ink. I need real ink. I need some type of ink. So, me being me, I googled it and they said I can use a specific type of ink and I had money, so I asked my mom, hey, can I order this? It's for my art class. And her being the good mother she is, she said go ahead. So I ordered it, it came, it was my money, it was not my mom's money, so it's not like I was just like lying to her and using her own money. I lied to her and used my own money. I ordered this ink, it came in, and I immediately got to work that night. Obviously I always did it at night. I always did it when my parents weren't home. I then was getting into Peep again. I did listen to him a long time ago, a lot, and then I stopped listening to him for some reason, I don't know, and then I started listening to him a lot, and now I still do to this day. I listen to him all the time. Yeah, I love Lil Peep. So, I wanted to get Hellboy tattooed on me. I did it on my ankle. I do have a picture actually, so I'll just insert this. So it turns out I had my timeline really off. It wasn't good at all. I actually did it at a completely different time. It wasn't September, November, whatever the heck I said. Timeline was off, so I'm gonna put the date next to this picture right here, but timeline was off, sorry about it. It's right here. I took a picture of it, and it was really nice. I loved it. And so then that night I tried to tattoo myself. So I tried to do this on my ankle, on my knee, right here. How would my mom not notice that? I did these in the most obvious place. I tried to do one right here on my hand. I actually do have one little tiny dot that managed to stay. Working on this and having it swollen, thinking it was normal, that it was like protruding, like the tattoo, it was a crescent moon. That has no meaning to me at all. A crescent moon doesn't mean anything to me. But it was easy to do, so I did it. I'm not an artist either. I don't like my handwriting, and I decided to do handwriting on my body. Honestly, this was the stupidest thing I could have done. So when my mom left with my dad, I had been working on my Hellboy tattoo on my ankle, I think. Or it was the crescent moon, I'm not sure. But I was working on it, sitting on my bed, watching TV, and she honked the horn to come get groceries. I jumped because I know I'm not supposed to be doing this. I know I'm lying to her. And when you're lying to your parents, it's not a good feeling. You just have that disgusting gut feeling that you know you're doing something wrong that you shouldn't be. I jumped up, I got ink all over my new comforter, on my sheets, all over my hand. My hand was black. And in panic, I shoved it in my little cupboard I have from my desk. I have a cupboard in my desk if you don't know. And so I just shoved it in there, and I ran and I washed my hands as quickly as I could, trying to get the ink off of my hand before I go get groceries. So I go get the groceries, and I completely 100% forgot I put the ink in there. Like, it just slipped my mind, I guess. So I left it in my cupboard. And the next morning I remembered it's in my cupboard. Like, oh, I should move that. And I thought, what the heck would my mom be doing in my cupboard anyways? There's no reason as to why she should be in there, so who cares? So I didn't move it. When you have a thought feeling that you should move something, or that you should be doing something, or you should say something, do it. Because then when you don't, you're going to regret it. And that's exactly what happened to me. I have the thought of moving my ink. I didn't move it. I had all of my materials in my cupboard, and I got caught. She found it. She was in there looking for clips. Why would I have clips? But she went in there and she found my stuff, which I did not know. She found it. So she texted me. I'm at school minding my own business at lunch. Lunch is just about to start, and that was the best time of my day. This was like, I think, late December or beginning of January. I'm not sure when this happened. But she texted me, and I quote, "We need to talk when you get home." Now, when you get that text message from your mom, you're just kind of like, what did I do? So I'm going over a list of things, and this is the only thing that's popping into my head, that she found my ink. And so I'm freaking out to Jocelyn, and I'm like, bro, she found my ink, I'm dead, my mom's gonna kill me. And so I said, okay, question mark, is it bad? And she said, you'll find out. And didn't say anything else all day. My last 2 periods of the day and all of lunch, I'm having a cardiac arrest, and I'm freaking out, and I have a disgusting feeling that I know she found out. It was the end of the school day, and I'm like, alright, it's time to go home. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and I text my mom, where you at? Doesn't answer me. I'm like, crap. I get out of school at 1:54. She didn't come get me until 2:45 about. After she got my sisters out of school. They get out at 2:30. I start school at 7, they start school at 8, which is why it's different. I don't know if this was on purpose. I really don't. I don't know. but she wasn't coming and getting me. So I'm sitting there freaking out, and I'm like, all right, now she's taking forever on purpose, and it's already 2:30, so she's gonna go get my sisters first. So she gets my sisters first, gets me after, just drives up, and I obviously look upset because one, she's late, and two, I'm freaking out inside, and I'm not gonna bring it up if she doesn't bring it up. So I get in the car, and it's silent. My sisters are in there, and usually they're always listening to music. Nothing. It was silent in there. Me thinking nothing's wrong, I said hi, hey. That's all I get. My dad wasn't talking. Nobody was talking, and I'm like, okay. And so I didn't say anything. I just minded my own business, kept my headphones in, didn't say anything. And then I got home, and I'm pacing the house. Like, when is she gonna call me to talk to me about what I did, what I'm getting in trouble for? Never talked to me. Never did. So for about 2 weeks, never said anything. I kept my phone. She wasn't mad at me. She got over it in about a day. And so we were good. And I was like, all right, I don't know what happened, but I guess she's not going to talk to me about it. So then I got in trouble again. I did something, which I'm not going to speak of, but I did something. And they found out, of course, because they find out everything. Like, now they know everything of my life. Like, they know everything. Like, everything. No matter what, you're going to get caught. You can't hide stuff from your parents. You just can't do it, because no matter what, they're going to find out at one point. And I've learned that over my many years. They have a specific set of rules to not do something, and what do? I go around those set of rules, and I find some way to do it. I did this thing, and when we got home, we were out. So I kind of ruined this get-together we were at by doing this. And so we get home, and they talk to me about it, and then my mom brings this tattooing thing up, and I'm like, why are you just bringing this up now if you found out 2 weeks ago? And she's like, I didn't want to confront you, I didn't want to talk about it, my eye has been twitching just thinking about confronting you, because I didn't want to talk about it. I was so scared that you had an infection that you weren't going to tell me about, because I'm the type of person that, like, when something's wrong, I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to tell you about it because I don't want to be a burden on you. That's probably what she was thinking, that, like, I had an infection in my tattoo and I wasn't going to tell her about it, which I honestly did admit to her. I probably wouldn't have brought it up to her, and I don't know. You could die from ink poisoning. Like, that's a thing. Like, it's a thing. I promise you. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look it up because it can happen. It's rare, but it happens. So my mom, being the most paranoid person, thought I was, like, dying and I wasn't telling her about it, and I probably wouldn't have ever told her about it. So when I did this thing, we laid it all out on the table. They know everything. I still have my laptop. I have my phone now. We're past it. It has been months. We're chill now. My parents are more lenient, I guess you could say. Not about tattoos, but about other stuff. So yeah, I got caught, and I'm glad that these tattoos didn't work. And I'm glad I'm waiting till I'm 18 to get a tattoo, which I am. Probably on my 18th birthday. I'm gonna go get a tattoo. Very simple one, probably, most likely, but I love tattoos, and I'm about to turn 16, so I only have 2 years, so, like, not that big of a deal. I don't need to go tattooing myself again. So I want to show you this little dot that stayed. That little dot right there, that is the only thing that stayed from me trying to tattoo myself, because I was too scared and it hurt trying to do this. Yeah, it wasn't a fun thing. I don't know if my whole family knows, so if you know now, hi, I tried to tattoo myself. If you're trying to tattoo yourself right now, be careful, be sterile. Obviously I can't stop you. You might get caught, or your parents are gonna see it, or whoever. Thinking you are underage watching this. If you're older and you're trying to tattoo yourself, that's on you. I've watched so many tattooing yourself videos, and most of them, they all hate them. They hate them. They don't like them, and it's a very rare case when they do like them. Yeah, so I'm glad that none of my tattoos stayed. Actually, oh my god. I have a very slight, there's like dots from Hellboy right here. I'll do close-ups after. Moral of the story, you might get caught or you're gonna hate it. So, I don't suggest it. And it wasn't an easy process. It really wasn't. And no matter how hard, even if it's not tattooing, if you're hiding something from your parents, and it doesn't matter if you've gotten away with it once or twice, they're gonna find out either way. It sucks to hear, but I'm being honest with you. They found out everything that there is to find out. So, I mean, don't do it. Or do it and get caught or get in trouble. Or tell them about it. Honestly, most of the things I've done, they tell me. Why didn't you just tell me? Instead of keeping it from me and then lying to my face about it when we already know. You're just digging yourself deeper. If you tell the truth, you're not going to be in trouble. So, yeah, that's this video. That's my story time. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, do what you want to do, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!